Hello, what is a realistic monthly return on swing trading? February 2025 earning. So in February, we make $1,842 swing trading. So we are going to go through the process. So first, it's good to track your purchases, and then when you sell them, you track your sales as well. So we sold some stocks, and one is PGR, and let's see when we purchased it. We purchased it in January. And sold it almost a month later for 7% return, or 370. So, but let's go through it. So on the weekly basis, so we are by week 9, and you can see there's even a week we didn't have any sales, because we have to sell to have a profit. So, and you can see the 3 days of January, and then week 7, no transactions. We have week 8, 600, week 9, about 800, week 6, about 300. So you can see it varies. Our target was about 300 a week or so profits. So we track daily profits as well. And we can go in February, and you can see that even a day we have $9 profit, another day it was $100 profit, another day it was $200 profits, and some days, and again it's tracking the sales and subtracting it from the purchase of that stock, if that makes sense. So it's not taking purchases of that day and subtracted from sales of that day. It's taking the specific stocks that we purchased and we sold, taking that sales price minus that purchase price to find the profit. And that purchase could have happened in 2024 or in 2025, but surely not February, because I don't think anything that we purchased in February we sold it yet. So, and you can see that most of February we didn't have any profit at all. And on the 19th we have about 356, and on the 20th we have 370. That's the one we saw here. And you can see that we purchased it a month prior in January to sell it in February, and that profit was recorded in February when we sold it. So that's how I track those, by putting the sales and the purchases and the sales on one row. You'll be able to do those calculations as you sell them, to be able to pull a report you like to pull from your transactions. And as you can see, on the 24th we have about 200, on the 25th about 600, and that was it for the month of February. But a little bit of those profits add up, and if you are taking the profit by the month, we have 1,800 earned swing trading. So we have our trading summary there. We have our daily purchases, and our daily purchases will track pretty much our purchases of the month, and you can see that Well, we purchased stocks on the 5th, and that was A until again on the 27th. So 2 purchases in February, and then we have sales as well. So if we go up, we have our first sales on the 4th, we have on the 5th. Those are the how much we sold them for. Okay. Oh, okay. So I think we group something here that I wouldn't want to group. Okay, and but I think we went a little bit far. So we sold on the 4th, on the 5th, on the 6th, and it was until the 19th we sold again. The 20th we sold again, and we don't like to sell at a loss. So when we purchase a stock and the price goes down, we just leave it alone until it becomes positive for us to sell it. So we sold again on the 24th, we sold it on the 25th, and I don't think anything we purchased in February, we sold it in February. So those sales were stocks purchased months prior, if not in 2024. So those are the sales of February. So we have our daily profit as well that we could track, and I think we come across that daily profit before as well. It's just another layer of it. So we have our weekly trade, and again it's taking stocks sold, the cost of those stocks sold, and how much they are sold for to make the calculation here. So for week, I think February will be more week 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or maybe week 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm not sure, but anyway, I think the daily will tell us. I have no idea, but let's continue here. So let's just assume February started in week 6. So we have stocks that we sold. We purchased them for about $12,000 total for the number of those stocks that they are, a total fee paid, and then we have about 363 on that week, or 2.8% return, just by taking the profit divided by the cost. Week 7 we didn't have any income there. Week 8 we have about 600 income there. If we are targeting 300 weekly profits, well, week 8 made up for week 7 lack as well there. So we purchased stocks, we sold stocks. That's stocks that we sold, that's the cost, and the difference between the two give us about 600. Week 9 we have about 800 profit there, and it exceed our weekly return budget, and that is how much we sold stocks that we purchased, and that is how much those stocks cost us to purchase, to sell it, to make that profit. Commitment is more so about those stocks that we purchased and we have not sold yet. We purchased in 2024, we purchased in 2025 that we have not sold. They are all here. And here in some way we are just tracking how much those stocks are costing to buy, and you can see for week 6 and week 7 for those stocks that we purchase. We have monthly trade, and monthly trade again is taking stocks that we sold, pulling the cost associated with those stocks to do the calculation. So 1800, that profit from February, well, we didn't make that profit by spending $1,000 swing trading or 100 swing trading. It costs us to spend $44,000 on stocks, to sell it for $46,000, to make that 1800 profits for that month. So I'm not here to just glorify swing trading for you, but just show you realistically what it costs to make profits swing trading. So it's good to find a strategy that allows you to make a sustainable income, like an income that you can make every month. We are trying to find a strategy that allows us to make a certain income every month, and from there, when you find that strategy that consistently allows you to make a certain income every month, it may not be your target income that you want to make a month to replace how much, to equal or exceed how much you are making from your paycheck, but still income nonetheless. So once you find that strategy that you are comfortable using to swing trade, and it's consistently, you expect a minimum profit from it, and you are meeting that quota, then you know that to scale it, to increase it, that you can count on will be to increase the capital you are swing trading with. It will give you more encouragement to pay more attention on how much you are spending from your paycheck, so that you can trim some fat there in this term of trimming some wants to ensure you are covering all your household need and some wants, but trim some other wants out, so that you can have more a portion of your paycheck to invest in the stock markets and swing trade with, and little by increasing how much you are putting in your money that you are putting in, and the capital you are generating, the profit you are generating through swing trading by it will keep over time. Both your paycheck that you are putting there and your profit will keep increasing your account, making it that you will increase how much you are swing trading with, and therefore increasing the profit without you taking any unnecessary risk that you are not comfortable with based on your risk tolerance. So in February, we have 4% return just by taking how much we sold divided by how much we pay for those stocks that we sold. It gave us that profit. By taking the profit that came from the difference of the two, divided by how much it costs to buy those stocks that we sold, the profit divided by the cost, give us that 4%. I like to calculate my rate of return in a simple way. I like to call it ROI, return on investment, and the 44K will be the investment, and the return will be the 1800. So 1800 divided by the 44K will give us that 4% return. So, but there are different ways to calculate your return, and that is for the month. And we have different way to calculate the return based on what you are comfortable with, but this is calculated by weekly, and we have by the month as well. Is it by the month? Yeah, by the month. And again, this one this is a third version of calculating that return. Another one is to calculate it using the capital you invested your own money that you put in the account to do the calculation, and with that it is 1% return. Does not mean that all the capital is used to trade that month, but still that's your capital in the account. And another option will be to take stocks you purchase in February, for instance, divided by the cost of those stocks. No, stocks you sold in February divided by stocks you purchased in February. So by doing that, it will give you a return that's the least. I don't like that return on investment calculation because it does not really match the way I do things. I buy stocks and I sell it months later. Therefore, it does not really reflect the true return of my portfolio. So, but yeah. And pretty much, I don't know, he's doing his own calculations here, taking how much was sold minus how much was purchased. And in February, we sold a lot more stocks than we purchased stocks. Therefore, it's going to show the return to be very high. Close it well. Jaden, close it well. Push it. Thank you. And while in February, we purchased stocks more than we sold. Therefore, we have a negative return there. So by just taking how much you trade that month, purchasing stock against selling stock that month, the return, the way the return will be calculated will be different. But depending on your strategy, maybe that return rate of return might be what you like, but I prefer taking stocks sold against the cost of those stocks to calculate the return, using the profit from it and divided by how much it costs to buy those stocks that we sold that month, even if we bought them months or years prior. I use that strategy and I like that return more because I think it reflects my swing trading strategy in the sense that I can buy stocks and sell it months later. Okay, so we have our year to date. Is it even calculating here? I will think so, but yeah. And I think we have two options here that we are using as well, but and we are trying to track our historical return. You see, by doing your daily entry, you'll be able to pull those reports from it, but it takes time to do those entries. With long optimal swing trading strategy, you are not trading often. Therefore, you can estimate about 30 minutes or less to do your daily transactions, your daily record keeping. And you can see that there were some days we didn't have any purchases or any sales or but we have more of dividend income. So few minutes you'll be able to enter your dividend income in your spreadsheet. But yeah, you can allocate about 30 minutes a day for your daily entries, and from there you can just set up your spreadsheet to pull report from it that you can, at the end of the month, you can go through to see how you trade during the month, result that you got from it. So for year to date, dividend income and profit from trading, and pretty much yeah, we are tracking those over the years as well, just in case we like to reference them. We have it. And the number of trade for February, we purchased it twice, we sold 10 times, and that is just in a brief, if I will say that. Our monthly, the month of February account overview, our swing trades overview, to share with you how much to expect earning regularly from your swing trade. And based on the strategy you are using, your earning might be higher than mine. Again, for 2025, we like to have used a long option swing trading strategy, which consists of buying stocks close to the trend line when it starts going up, and buying on the trend line, on a long trend line, which tend to be lower than the short up trend lines. We'll stay longer in the trade, accumulating profits until we sell it when it reach a new high. And a new high, because we are trading long upward swing, we are trading upward large cap stocks, they do reach new high frequently. Therefore, it could be an exit point, while the trend line is the entry point. And just buy after higher lows start showing up, an indicator that the stock is going down, we can buy. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you are looking for ways to create your own stock watch list that you can swing trade from, because we have a stock watch list of stock that we just swing trade from, and if we do not find anything that's set around the trend line and start going up from there for us to buy that day, we just don't buy anything. That's how we end up just making 2 purchases in February. But there are stocks that we purchased before, they became positive in February and we sold them. So, but yeah, how we create our watch list, apply filters to filter them, to narrow it down to stocks that we can analyze about an hour a day. So if you are looking for a way to create your own watch list, we have videos on those, and it's good to have a watch list of stocks you handpick to have on your watch list, to have a certain number of stocks there that you can analyze on a daily basis within an hour, especially if you have a full-time job. That way you are not spending too much time on your swing trade, and sometimes you do it, sometimes you don't, but have about an hour a day to do your analysis after the market close, and about 30 minutes to do your record keeping on your spreadsheet of your swing trade of the day, and about another 30 minutes of the day during your lunchtime to place your trade, to purchase or to sell, and so forth. So 2 hours a day for your swing trade is what got us that $1,800 for the month of February. And that's $1,800 we earn outside of our paycheck, outside of income earned from our employer. And that is pretty much our goal. Share with you steps we are taking to be financially independent, where we do not depend on our employer for to cover our basic need expenses. So thank you. For more of our swing trading related videos, will you please check the playlist in this video description. Thank you. We thank you very much for your time. We thank you very much for watching our videos, and we thank you very much for all your comments. We thank you very much all that subscribe to our channel. I'm Afiavi Liberman, creator of Liberman Consulting L.L.C YouTube channel, and ninasoap.com, our blog. On our channel and on our blog, we share different ways to save money and different ways to make money to reach your financial independence, where you do not depend on an employer to provide for your family. And swing trading is one way to make money. Just start small. My goal is to list our swing trading workbook, record keeping workbook, for sale at liberdownload.com, but it is not listed yet there. I designed it last year when I started swing trading to track our to record keep our swing trading, and that's one way to record keep your transactions and then be able to estimate your estimated tax that you need to pay on a quarterly basis. So you have to track your earning and have those estimates as it go you continue. But I think your brokerage account should have PDF statement for you as well, and probably report to download as CSV. But again, I just like the manual daily entry that we can pull a report and analyze, and that's a spreadsheet that will be available for set at liberdownload.com, but it's not yet because I used it last year and I'm using it this year again, and to see if there is more features that I like to add to it before I make it available for purchases. In case you do not have time to design your own, you will be able to purchase a copy at liberdownload.com. Thank you. Again, I like to point it out that in this situation that we are in, even if you like your job, you feel like your job is safe, is good, you start finding ways to generate revenue outside of your job. If you do not have time, your job is demanding, you do not have time to have a side business, it's good to learn how to invest in stocks, how to trade stocks, so that you do a combination of both to, start generating some cash flow from the stock markets outside of your job. That way, little by little, you will increase that revenue source to over time increase and surpass how much you are making from your job. But just don't feel like you only have to focus on your job. It is your job. It is not your business. Therefore, it's good to have a backup plan for ways for you to make income. And if you are making a good amount of money from your work, it is your responsibility to review how much you make, how much you spend, to see if you are managing your money well, or if you need to, shake things up a little bit to pull on, to reduce some wants, how much you are spending on some wants, to have more income left to be able to start learning to swing trade. But just start small, one share at a time, $100 per trade, $300 per trade, and just start small until you master the strategy you are using. Customize it to your liking, and little by little you can increase how many shares you are purchasing and how much you are spending per trade. It's not necessarily by adding a lot of money to make a lot of profit right away, but just test the strategy to see if you are able to make some profit from it. No matter how small the profits, making profit from it, that means you are not losing money. On that note though, I like to share an extract of our account position with you, so that you know that it's not, don't know how to explain it, but anyway, let's get to it. So the stocks that are highlighted are stocks that we purchased for swing trading purposes. Most of them were purchased in 2024, and you can see that unrealized gain or loss, we have losses in them. The one that I didn't highlight, we purchased them for dividend income purposes. And now that I'm swing trading, I'm using some swing trading strategy to apply for my dividend income stocks as well. Picking pretty much, but I'm not picking any just yet. But when they become positive, I'm selling them, because I think I could have been more strict on how I select those dividend stocks. And as you can see, there is a lot of those swing trading stocks that we purchase that are negative in our account. I will not sell them at a loss. I will prefer to keep them there until they become positive, no matter how long it's going to take before I sell them. And hopefully they are not going to bankrupt on us, because when they bankrupt, then you lose the money you pour in them. So And you can see that that's why it's important when you are using this strategy, when you are not selling at a loss, you take your time to handpick stocks for your watch list. And I like to swing through stocks that I can invest in long term. That way, if they are negative, I will just keep them in the portfolio for the time being. And some that are positive, but I feel like we can earn more on it. So if we go and check MCK, okay, so MCK, we purchased around this trend line and it reached a high there, so a new high. So now we are going to analyze it. I will analyze it to see if it makes sense for us to sell it, or if I believe it's going to continue going up. We purchased it at this trend line, and we know that when it touch base with the lower trend line and start going up, it tends to pull back to the secondary trend line and go from there. Therefore, there is a good chance, in fact, it will come back to it at some point. So and we just have to look to see when it reach a high, does it continue going up from there? No, it will come back down, go up, come back down. It's going to be doing that periodically. So our best bet here will be to sell it with the assumption that after a while it will try to come back down here before going up. We will notice that here, once it take off from there, it went up all the way before it was ready to come back down again. So again, not knowing what it's going to do, we just have to think if we want to stay in the trade longer or sell it and lock that in. So that's a decision we have to think of. We purchase it there, that's where the arrow is, and around that trend line when it start going up, we were looking at it and we got in at the green bar that followed pullback. You know, we have higher lows to have an uptrend there, and then it reached a new high. So we have a decision to make if we like to keep it there or just lock that profit in. But then we have MMC as well, that we have a decision to make. But you can see that beside those two, we have, you know, some as well that are positive, but the majority are negative. And we have unrealized loss of 28k there. Just to share that with you, that it's not just about a profit, because I told you before, things that we sold, there are some we purchased months prior. We still have some in the portfolio that we have not sold yet. We will sell them when they become positive. Yeah, so that is a strategy we use. We do not lock in our losses. At least that is my goal. Just let them be. Therefore, to use that strategy is good. You handpick your stocks to have good stocks in your portfolio that you are willing to invest in long term, so that if your swing trade takes longer for you to finish that trade, like by selling it, well, it just becomes an investment in some way. You just bought it at a higher level, and you learn from that process to know when next time to buy it. And having a stock watch list that you swing through from constantly, you will get to understand those stocks you are trading, to know how the price behaves, moves. That way you learn not to buy it at a higher level if you ever learn that. But anyway, it's better than each time trade in new stocks that you don't have experience with. And you know, having those stocks that you end up finding the one that match well with the strategy you are using is the goal. Takes time to get there, in my opinion, though. but that is that. Thank you so much for your time.